Alright, so welcome back to the channel. If you made it here, I don't know who going too fast. I don't know how you did that, but a lot of YouTubers been reacting to this video. If you see it on here and you see my title, you probably already know what it is. But if you don't, I'm happy to tell you what it is. You feel me? This video is called "Do These Things Matter to Women?" Car, job, title, salary, and more. And it's by Courtney Ryan. She has 406K subscribers. Look at that. You go. She getting that bag. But without further ado, a lot of YouTubers have been taking this video kind of out of context because they talk about a lot more than just salary in here. They talk about car, talk about job title, and I think they ignore that because those parts didn't make these women look that bad. You feel me? And I'm also gonna ignore that part because I just told you what it was about. So I'm gonna go to the part that everyone's talking about and everyone's kind of upset about, and explain my point of view as a New York black black YouTube person, whatever you want to call me. Like I don't really care. But let's get into it.
Is there a number that stands out to you as like a decent salary?
So this part, I skipped the car job title because they was like job title don't matter, car doesn't really matter as long as it's clean. So those parts made them look, like nice, respectable young women. You feel me? The type you might want to bring home to your mom. But people got up in arms as soon as they got to the salary and started saying the salaries that they want to see from their significant other, which you can already assume is gonna be wild. You feel me? Let's get into it.
Like something that you would be like, okay, he needs to make this much money.
I don't think there's a number in mind,
Sure, there is. Stop the cat.
especially for right now, but I would say if he's not ever making more than, let's say, $100,000, then I would
All right,
be
so some people was talking about this one. This one isn't that bad. You feel me? She's not that bad. Personally, you feel me? I probably wouldn't date her because I mean that's probably what most men are thinking when they're watching this. They're probably debating which girl would they actually take serious, which girl would they date. So I'm gonna just go straight off that, straight off the bat. I personally would not date her. But she gave a very respectable answer because she said if she didn't give a certain age, you feel me? She didn't say, oh, by this time, although she probably has a number in mind, she didn't say by this time you need to be making 100K. She said at some point in your life you should be making 100K, which is kind of reasonable. It's not very unreasonable to say that. You feel me? So I give her props for that. You feel me? So I'm gonna leave that one alone. She's not that bad in my personal opinion. Y'all could judge her however y'all want, but that wasn't bad.
a little bit worried about our future.
I'm gonna say like in the 70s. I don't know. There's like the gender wage gap, so I don't even know. I would
70s.
say in
70s is not bad neither. That's lower than the last girl. She's very respectable for that because 70 is reachable. You feel me? Determined on what you do. You feel me? I mean, determined on what you do, you might never reach that number. But you feel me? If you went to college, you got a degree, or you went to trade school, and even in trade school, you could easily make 70K. So it's like, you feel me? It depends on what you do. Of course, there's certain jobs that are dead end jobs. So, if you're in that position, you're never going to hit 70K. But it's very reasonable to 70K. She's the girl that you might want to consider because she actually seems like she's logical. You feel me?
enough to live a life of leisure in a sense, like not have to worry about your rent, your utilities, stuff like that, but also
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, her mindset right there with those stuff is not that's not nothing uncommon because who doesn't want that? Guys want that too. Guys want a life of leisure and blah blah blah. Like you want to work to the point where like, oh, eventually you can live comfortably. Like you still gotta work because as a guy you gotta work regardless. But you want to be comfortable in the fact that oh, you have job security, or you're making enough money to pay all your bills, but at the same time you're not working all the time. Like maybe you just have a regular shift, and then afterwards you can still do stuff. You can play your games, watch sports, go out to eat, blah blah blah. You feel me? But everything is covered and more. You could do more with your money. So leisure and comfort, it's not a red flag in my personal opinion. Who doesn't want that? You feel me? if we're talking about ideals right here.
Obviously, a more desirable man would be able to take care of our kids, of myself, of our older parents. So I would say somewhere between 400K to wherever. Like, there's no bar.
400K. I want to know who in her life does she know that's making 400K. Cause for her to just throw out that wild ass number is crazy to me. 400K is a huge number that most people are never hitting in their life. So for her to just throw out that number like it's just regular, she must come from money because there's no way, or she's making some crazy money because there's no way. And like, bro, with 200K, you would be living a life of leisure for the most part. So like, what do you need 400K? 200K is more than enough to take care of you, take care of your wife, take care of your kids, and maybe even help out your parents. You feel me? So everything she listed can be done on half of the salary that she just said. In my personal opinion. Of course, probably not in Cali, so it depends on where you live, but I don't think this video is in Cali. From what I heard in someone's video, this was filmed in Ohio. So, you feel me? Ohio, bro, you don't even need 100K to be living comfortably. So, that number she threw out there is wild. But let's continue. I could be wrong. You feel me? If this wasn't filmed in Ohio, let me know below. But yeah, that number is wild regardless how you look at it. It don't matter. It really don't matter.
23, if I were to be dating a man right now, 80K is pretty good. 80 to 100K.
80 to 100K at 23. What 23-year-old do y'all know making 80 to 100K? Unless you went to like an Ivy League school, or you went to a good school, or you came out with computer engineering and got a really good job, you're not making 80 to 100K. You feel me? At 23? Come on, son. 23, I was barely touching 60. Now I'm putting my information out there. But like, come on, son. I was basically at like a little above 60 maybe, but yeah, no, like she's wilding. But it's nice to know now I'd be able to take care of all of them except for that 400K girl. You feel me? It's nice. It's a little confidence booster to know that I would meet all of their expectations. You feel me? At this current period in time, but that 100K girl is wilding. That 400K girl is wilding.
Is what I'd be looking for.
But once again, I don't really like you feel me? I'm more attracted to my dark skinned girls, so I probably would not be interested in having a relationship with any of these girls, to be honest with you. And I see a lot of guys in the comments saying they would not have a relationship with any of these girls, but I'm pretty confident that a lot of y'all would fold if y'all actually talk to these girls in real life. So not even that they would be attracted to you in the first place, but for me, there's a lot of people here talking and coming for them, but I feel like you feel me? This is just how people think. They say these things, but these things is not really what they mean. Because if you actually talk to them and you're a good person, trust me, they'll lower their standards. They'll lower their standards if they like you. If you're attractive, they lower that 100K straight. They cut it in half to 50K. And I think that's a lot of things. That's what people are not taking into account here. They're throwing these numbers out here because that's what they ideally would want. But realistically, in real life, they know there's a slim chance they're getting the full package. So if they find someone attractive, I 100% guarantee you they will cut that shit in half. So you can't, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. You feel me? And that's one thing that I feel like a lot of people with these videos, they just take them and run with it. Especially these, you feel me? These YouTube drama channels that want to paint women as this or whatever. You gotta be careful with all this shit. It's all just to brainwash you and think that women are this or that. They're not. You feel me? It depends on how you look at them, but I don't think they're stupid. You feel me? They just be saying certain stuff. They say that what they would ideally want, but they know they're not getting that, and they'll settle for they settle for what they could get for the most part. You feel me? Guys do the same thing. I think everyone does it at the end of the day. You settle for what you can get. If they can get what they ideally want, they'll take it. But at the end of the day, they're gonna settle for what they could get. You feel me?
Yeah, somewhere around 80 to 100K in your mid 20s.
I think six figures is definitely decent for, it's a little, you got to work hard for it nowadays, but for an income, to create a family and things of that nature, like at least 100,000 is acceptable. I mean, we'll take less, but it just depends on your job and your career and what you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of girls have said that, and I actually
Nice to know that I would succeed in this category, but because I'm black, I probably wouldn't. But in terms of my black woman, I would definitely succeed. There's not really any black women except for that one girl who had looked like she had a tan. She looked kind of dark skinned. I mean, these two, but they're probably white.
just recently read the statistic.
No,
where
they're most definitely
only
white. Come on,
2% of men between the ages of 20 and 40 make six figures and are over 6 feet, which
only 2%.
just recently read the statistic where only 2% of men between the ages of 20 and 40 make six figures and are over 6 feet.
Hey man, only 2% of men make over 6 figures and over 6 feet. That's a crazy statistic that is probably not accurate. It's probably a little bit like, you feel me? Because most statistics aren't 100% accurate, so it's probably a little off. But it's nice to know that your boy is sitting here in that statistic. You feel me? Like you feel me? I can't. I really can't complain. I can't. I mean, there's stuff I could complain about, bro. It's not. I'm not living like the most lavish, best life. I got hella shit to do, hella work to do. But it's nice to know that, you feel me? I'm sitting in that little statistic right there. You feel me? I know a lot of people not in this position, so I gotta flex it. You feel me? Nah, I don't. It is what it is. You feel me? There's a lot of people in here, higher people making 300K, 400K at the age of like 22. So, you feel me? The sky is really the limit. It's more about if you're lucky and how bad you want it.
Which is like two of the things that women typically say they want.
Right.
But it's crazy to think about the fact that there's only 2% of men
Yeah, that are out
making
there.
that much. Yeah.
I'll take a short guy that makes $1 million all day long.
That's a fair compromise, right?
Yeah, that's sad because I plan to be making 100K or more, hopefully before 30. So
It's just crazy.
That was my goal too. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, bro, by at least like early 30s, I need to at least be making 100K. Like, sheesh. But you just gotta push yourself and be determined to do it. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that she'll probably reach it. You just gotta have goals, and once you get there, just increase the limit. You feel me?
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah, and then when all girls want that, they're all going after the same men, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to get into a different industry. I got
His hobbies.
She's funny. She actually seems like she has like a funny personality. I'm not gonna lie. She's not very attractive to me, but she has like a nice seeming personality. Like, she seems like a good soul.
rat, so someone that was a gym rat, I don't think that it would really work just because that's not what I'm doing. But I love when
And this part was
our
lifestyle.
hobbies align, or interests, just like what we like to do. I think it really helps your relationship and the quality time you can spend. Like, my boyfriend and I love to just play cards together, go see shows, things like that. So you don't have to have all the same hobbies, but I think it's really fun too to introduce each other to new hobbies and just try to, do new things. But yeah,
That's a very interesting
Hobbies
phase to me.
matter a lot to me. They must be aligned with something that we want to do together. It's kind of like counting it as our quality time together. I think that makes the relationship very, very strong, is shared hobbies. And
All right, I see where she's going, but at least you need a hobby for yourself too. Like, you can't just be stuck up under a person 24/7. They're going, they might have, not everyone gets tired of that, but they might eventually get tired of that and lose their self. Like, sometimes you might lose yourself in a relationship. Like, who am I without you? Like, you gotta still have like some type of you time. You feel me? But regardless, that's the end of this video because I did not really want to talk about nothing else. At least I got my points across. I hope you agree with some of them. If you disagree with some of them, let me know. If you don't care, let me know. But yeah, I thought this was an interesting video. And if you see stuff like this, please send it to me because I will react to it. I like reacting to stuff like this. And I feel like a lot of people don't give the woman's perspective a fair shot. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people just kind of drag them through the mud and try and like bash their perspective. But if you think about it, their perspectives are reasonable for like what a woman would ideally want. Like, you feel me? Like, ideally for a guy, if you wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, wouldn't you want that? Wouldn't you want your girl to bring home more than 100K? Come on now, you definitely would. So stop the cap.